Hey everyone, this is Shelby Bowen. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am a Christian life coach, and today we are going to be talking about how to connect with God when your prayer time, your secret time just feels chaotic all over the place. You're just having a hard time connecting with the presence of God. I'm going to give you tips and tools and what I do to help me connect with Him in those moments. Okay, so I think we all go through times in our life when it is just hard to connect with God in our prayer times, in our secret place, whatever you call it. It's just like you feel disconnected. And for me, I notice the most when I'm having a hard time connecting with God is when I'm going through really hard things in my life. And it's like the most inconvenient of times. Like I'm struggling, I'm going through it, I'm having a really hard time, and I just can't seem to connect with the presence of God. So this is what I've learned to do. Because those moments are hard. You're like, that is, Lord, this is when I need your presence the most. Where are you? And it's normal to feel that way. It is so normal to feel that way. But I want to talk to you about your thought life today because that plays a big role in how you connect with the Lord. When we're going through hard moments in life, when we're going through trials and tribulations, when someone does something really awful that hurts us, it is a really hard to not feel anxious, to not feel worried, to not feel doubt, to not feel confused in those seasons. Your mind can have such an overwhelming feeling of so many emotions. And I want to talk to you about making sure that you're not suppressing emotions during that time. If you're going through a hard time, even if you think you're going through an amazing time in your life, if you're having a hard time connecting with Jesus, what I want you to do first off is make sure you're journaling through your primary and your secondary emotions. Make sure that you are processing everything that you have going on internally. I have other videos more in depth about how to uncover primary and secondary emotions. So I'll link that video down below if you want to watch that. Basically, our primary emotions are an emotion we have in response to an event. Our secondary emotion is an emotion we have in response to the emotion we have about the event. I'm disappointed something happened to me in my life. Secondary emotion, maybe I'm angry that I'm disappointed at myself. I'm angry at myself because I know I should have done better. Or I'm angry at that person because they did this to me. So you got to uncover all those things, and we connect with the Lord. I connect with God from the place of peace, from quieting myself, from meditating on God. And that is why our brain is such an important place when it comes to connecting with God. And the state of your thought life is so important. When you are jumbled, when you are confused, when you're in worry, when you're in doubt, your mind is not in a place that is ready to connect with the presence of God. This is what I have noticed in my life. And look, if you have experienced a death in your family or someone close to you or something just really horrible, I'm not telling you need to figure out how to be joyful and make it all good. But what I do want you to do is try to find peace in those moments. And what I mean by that is not allowing those thoughts that come in of confusion, of doubt, of fear, taking those things captive. Because our subconscious mind is so pliable from the narrative that we tell it. So if we tell ourselves over and over again that we're not good enough, or that God doesn't hear our prayers, or, maybe God just doesn't have good things planned for us in our life, when you tell yourself that over and over again in your subconscious mind, then your brain is going to look to affirm and confirm that in everything you do in your life. You are going into your prayer time with your brain already trying to affirm that God does not meet you where you're at, because that is the narrative that you've told yourself. Our words matter. This is why Jesus tells us, A, to take our thoughts captive, but B, the power of life and death are in the tongue, and we have to be so careful about what we speak, what we think, and what we say. And I used to think, man, God, you want me to take my thoughts captive? Are you mad at me because I had a bad thought? So much more in depth than that. He wants us to take our thoughts captive because he cares for us and because he knows how destructive they can be. So once we have all of that done, once we have worked through our emotions, we've journaled out our emotions, and we just come to God honest. Hey, this is where I'm at right now. This is how I feel. And then what I do is I open my Bible to the book of Psalms, and I start to read aloud who God is and who he says he is and his character. And what this does is when you take those thoughts captive, you're rewiring your brain. You're rewiring your brain to see God for his true character, to see him show up for you in your life how you really are. If you have your own business and you're struggling and you're like, I'm never going to get clients, or I'm never going to sell this product, and you're looking to affirm or confirm that, what I want you to do to take that thought captive is replace it with a verse. No, God, I believe that you have good things for my life, that you have good for me, that you don't have evil, that whatever it is, like it doesn't necessarily have to be a verse. Like I'll tell myself, Lord, whatever it is that you want for me, whatever it is that you have for my life, no weapon formed against me can prosper. Nobody or nothing can separate what you have for me for my life. So I pray and I believe that whoever I'm supposed to connect with, that whoever is supposed to hear my message, that whoever is supposed to connect with me on social media will. I believe that you will open those doors because I trust in you and I believe in your character in my life. That's something I would say. So then I'll read the psalm. So for example, I'm in Psalm 104 right now, and I would say, bless and affectionately praise the Lord, O my soul. O Lord my God, you are very great. You are clothed with splendor and majesty. You are the one who covers yourself with light as with a garment, who stretches out the heavens like a tent curtain, who lays the beams of his upper chambers in the waters above the firmament, who makes the clouds his chariot, who walks on the wings of the wind, who makes winds his messenger, flames of fire his ministers. He established the earth on its foundation, so it will not be moved forever and ever. And I just go on. I continue to read, whether it's about the mighty works of the Lord, his glory, his majesty, whatever it is. Like I just read those things and I tell myself, I tell my brain, this is who God says he is. This is his character. And this is a verse in Psalm 104 that I love, and it's verse 34. And it says, may my meditation be sweet and pleasing to him. As for me, I will rejoice and be glad in the Lord. And that is it. Our meditations on God are what matters. In those moments where we're struggling to believe who he says he is, our meditations are so important. What are you allowing your mind to meditate on? Because if you're not meditating on who God is, who he says he is, it'll meditate on something else. I'm not saying like throughout the day you're at work, like your brain's going to meditate on what you're doing at work or what's going on, but what do you choose to believe? What are you allowing your mind to choose to believe? I want to read a couple other verses for you. So here's Philippians 4:8. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. There is a power of what we think and how our brain brings that to life, how our subconscious mind, when it meditates on, and how our conscious mind brings that to life in the world around us. It's just the way that God created us in the world to work. When I think about something negative, I'm just not that good. Our subconscious mind operates at the capacity we tell it to. If you tell yourself, yeah, I'm not that creative, or I'm not really that smart, I'm not that good, your subconscious mind is going to operate from that place. Your subconscious mind stores all of your memories and all of the things that you have learned in your life, all the valuable tools and knowledge and wisdom that you have. When you tell that area, I'm not actually that good, what do you think is going to give your conscious mind? Information that's not that good, information that is not in the best of ability. But when you tell your subconscious mind that it contains whatever God has put in there for the task that you need to complete, whatever you need to be at work, whatever you need in your relationship, God has put that in you. He's put it in you. He knit you together in your mother's womb. He's put in you everything that you need. And there is everything that you need in him. Okay, here's one more verse. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my rock and my redeemer. Psalm 19:14. So I'm going to just finish off this video by telling you, when you're having a hard time connecting with God, take those thoughts captive. Read aloud. Sometimes I'm sitting to pray and I'm trying to hear his voice. Just too much going on. So I'll take out my Bible. I'll read verses aloud, and I immediately just feel his presence come in and wrap around me like a hug. That is what's worked for me. I'm not saying this is like a one-size-fits-all approach, but I do believe that our meditations are so important, that our thought life is so important, that the words we speak are so important, the narrative that you tell yourself in your mind is so important. And all of those things can either help your relationship with Jesus or it can hinder your relationship with Jesus. So we take those things captive, we rewire our subconscious mind, we change those narratives, not only because it'll help us succeed in our personal and professional lives, but it'll help us grow in our connection with God. I hope this video has helped you, and if it has, comment down below what you took away or another topic you would like to hear from me about. If you want more information about my life coaching and to work with me one-on-one, I will link my email down below. God bless you guys. I'll see you next time.